listen to me as I slow it down. Can't tell yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it.
Hello, YouTube. I am the type of person that before I make a purchase, I will do extensive research. And when it came to picking out a competition bikini suit, I feel like there wasn't a lot of honest review videos on YouTube. So over the years, I have purchased from a couple different companies, and I just wanted to do a review on the new posing suit that I just got and compare it to an old posing suit that I got from a different company. A posing suit is gonna be pretty reflectant on how they make their competition suits, because typically it's tailored the same. Just with a competition suit, it's just bedazzled more. So the two suits that I am comparing today, the first one I just got a couple days ago from competition suit shop. And then this one I got the full bikini, so I got the bottoms and the top. And then another one I got was from Toxic Angel Bikinis. I just got the bottoms because I was just using a regular swimsuit top with this because it's just a solid color. So first one I'm going to review is the competition suit shop bikini. Right off the bat, I will tell you guys that this one for the top and the bottom was the same price, if not, I think actually less than what I paid for just a single bottom from the other company. So I'm hoping that the quality holds up, but it was a really good deal. First thing we got here is some extra pads, so that's really good to have. It actually feels like there's a lot of padding on the bottom. And it already looks like there is a decent amount of padding in the bikini. In the bikini, it's more of the, I don't know if it's like a hairy texture, that's what it reminds me of, but more of like a one that can be pulled apart versus these are more solid. But it's nice getting these because I can probably put this in my competition bikini, because I would honestly stuff like toilet paper in the pads to give it more volume. So now that I have legit pads, that's awesome. So I can just switch it back and forth. When you order a bikini, you can customize it to your liking. So for the top, you can either get a molded top like this, where it has a lot more structure to it, or you can get like a, I don't know exactly what you call it, but it's almost more like a drawstring where you can move it back and forth. It's more like a classic bikini. That one just doesn't give you as much structure, and since I am smaller up here, I want to get as much help as possible. I honestly went on a limb with this pattern. I went back and forth for hours trying to decide what pattern I wanted, and I came so close to just getting a solid color, because that's what I had with my last suit. But I went out on a limb, I got a pattern, and I'm low-key kind of liking it. It's not too crazy. It's pretty dark and just has like a slight pop of color. I want to say this is their vintage floral or vintage palm, something along those lines. But I'm happy about it. I got black trim customized around the edge, so it kind of brought it down a little bit. Same thing with the black string. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think the color looks really nice, but true tester is gonna be trying it on and how it shapes and everything. But before I do that, let's look at the bottoms. So the bottoms is where I was most hesitant about, because I got bottoms from the other company, and that is what was not good. One thing that I picked was the sliding straps on the side. So if you want to make it bigger, you can just slide it. If you want to make it smaller, again, you can slide it smaller. Other options would be just like a regular bikini tie. I had that with my last suit. It does add more bulk to the hips, and when you're doing your check-in photos, you want it very closely to your competition suits. You know what you look like. I'm just hoping that the fit is good, because you're not having as much room to adjust it. But again, it's customized. I gave them my measurements, so it should fit fine. Otherwise, back coverage, that's another thing that's customized. So there's like a chart of how much coverage you want. I got the second to least amount of coverage. So if you want to have it a little bit more revealing, you easily can. If you want to be more conservative and, you know, cover up more of your butt, you can easily do it as well. I like this because you want to still show enough where you see all of the glute, because that's the point of bodybuilding. You don't want to cover up the muscle you're trying to show off. But with the other suit, I went with the smallest cut, and that was almost too small, and it just didn't look right, especially because I know I am heavy into off season right now. And if I get a very small cut, it's just not gonna look as flattering. So going to the second to last, it was just kind of like a nice middle. Otherwise, last thing to customize was the front. So this is just the classic scoop. You can get a V cut. I prefer the scoop because I feel like it just gives you more coverage. I just feel like the scoop front was a lot more of a safe choice. That is the first looks of the competition suit shop. I'm gonna do first looks, even though I've had this bikini for over a year, of the Toxic Angelz. And I will say, quality feels great. Like, quality is not an issue with this at all. The like strings used, I love that they have a lot of support, but it's very stretchy at the same time. Even got a little bit of like an embellishment on there. But the only issue with this was the cut of the suit. Again, I'll show you once it's actually on, but first looks, I mean, it looks good. You can just tell that it's cut a lot smaller. Okay, but let's go ahead. Let's actually try on the suits, because that's gonna be the biggest thing. It can look great when you're holding it up, but it's all about how it fits on you. Okay, we got the suit on. Before I start, I will say that I am heavy into off season right now, so just an FYI. But with that being taken into consideration, I am actually pleasantly surprised with how this bikini looks. I don't know if I'm just like gaining more confidence. I don't know if I'm just being more happy with the body that I built, but I am very happy right now. First of all, this bikini top, it's doing wonders with the padding. Like, it's helping a girl out. So I really like the molded cups. I really like the amount of padding that's in there, but it's also removable. So if you're the type of girl that just does not want padding, you can take all of that out. I will say the straps aren't as stretchy as the other suit. It does have give to it. It's just not as stretchy. But I feel like I can still go through check-ins or even like a posing session with this, and it's not gonna hurt, and it will be totally fine. Going on to the bottoms, let me scooch back just a little bit. I love how these are sitting on the hips. It's right on top of the hip bone, so it's very flattering. It has a good cut, but most of all, it's covering everything down here that it needs to cover. So let's do a quick test bikini pose and see how it covers. Hold on, let me do it in the mirror real quick because I can't see in the small little viewfinder. Now that looks so much better. Good, good, good. So when I'm posing, you have to sit there and like twist so much. With the other one, which again, I'll try it on and show you, but it was gapping so much in the front that it would like show my hoo-ha. Like, I'm trying to do check-in photos. I'm not trying to do an OnlyFans. Like, I want this covered and secured. So the fact that we can, or I can, pose in here and still have it completely covered and I feel safe, I can move around and do what I need to, I love that. Cut in the back, very happy with the choice that I made. It still gives like a nice roundness and shape to the glutes, but it's not showing too much. When you're getting a posing suit, like one reason why you get, a posing suit over just like wearing a regular swimsuit is because of the cut on the bottoms. A regular swimsuit, one is just gonna cover a lot more, but it's almost just like a triangle, versus a posing suit is gonna be more curved. It accentuates the glutes a lot better, and it just simulates what a competition suit will look like. So again, you can see what you're gonna look like on stage. One thing with the bottoms, I have this adjusted all the way to the tightest setting, and it fits perfect. But if I start going into prep and I start losing, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it tight enough, but that is probably one thing where I can just undo the seam and like shorten the string that way. So I think I'll be able to make it okay. But otherwise, overall, I'm honestly like pleased with this posing suit. I feel good in it, and that is such a huge thing of when you're going into prep, especially when you are still thicker and you're not as lean. You want to be able to put on a bikini suit and still feel good. But I'm going to quickly switch my bottoms to the Toxic Angel, and I'm going to show you the difference with it. Okay, so I switched the bottoms, and you can already see that it is very, very low. And I actually had to like scoot down the back even more to pull this up higher to cover it, because if I would pull this up to like the height it should be, it wouldn't be covering the front. So that is one thing. When I was doing my check-in photos with these bottoms, when I'm doing like the front pose, I would have to like pull the front up and then pose, and then when I would switch to the back, I'd have to like pull it up the back and then do my back photos. Again, this is something where you could communicate with the company and say, hey, next time I just want more fabric up front. But at the same time, like if you're buying a posing suit, you preferably want to get it right on the first time so you don't have to send it back and do it again. Like the quality feels good. I think just the cut needed to be adjusted. I feel like even if I did do a normal scoop front, oh, this is actually a scoop front. For some reason I thought this was a V. Okay, so I'm totally wrong. So it should be higher anyway. When the back is pulled up, it is showing a lot more. That's because I got a smaller cut on this, but it just is still causing a big issue for the front. When I pose and I twist, I'm like, okay, I was afraid to move my hand for a second. It starts to gap. Like, especially if I pull it up even higher and I twist, it just really gaps. You can see that it's starting to get loose in the front. So if I'm trying to do a check-in video where I'm like doing all of my posing and coming around, like it's showing way too much. I don't know if I said pricing in the beginning of this video, but for the competition suit shop top and bottom, it was $69. And then for the bottoms for the Toxic Angel, I wanna say it was like 70. I could be wrong, but it was still up there. It was pretty much the same price for just one bottom alone. And that is another reason why I wanted to try out this new company, was because of the affordability. When I first started competing, I did not have hundreds and hundreds of dollars to spend on like the name brand suits. And I mean, so far I'm impressed on the quality, so I'm interested to see what their competition bikini would look like. But in regards of posing suit, I really do prefer competition suit shop. Oh, and one more thing that I wanted to add that was really cool about the competition suit shop, of when you're ordering everything online, you know how I said that everything's like customized? I am a very like visual person. So even though in my mind, I'm like, oh, a scoop front sounds good, or oh, a molded top sounds good, I still want to be able to like see it before I buy it. So they have a spot where you can push customize, and it will pull up like a 3D figure of a bikini competitor, and it will show you what like the colors and what the cut looks like. So that really helped me make sure I'm picking like the right features I want on my bikini. So just wanted to say that that was a cool feature and that helped out, especially if you're like indecisive like I am. But otherwise, that should cover everything in the review. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. Always more than happy to help. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Listen to me as I slow